Hello friends, I am going to discuss about stress and types of stresses, the point in the syllabus of elements of machine design. So let us see the concept of stress. What is meant by stress? Before that, let us see the diagram showing prismatic bar which is subjected to a load P. Now due to load P, what happens? The internal resistance R is set up in the material and which resists the load P. So this internal resistance force per unit cross sectional area is called as stress. Internal resistance force R per unit cross sectional area A is called as stress. Therefore stress is equal to internal resistance force divided by cross sectional area. Therefore sigma is equal to internal resistance force, that is R divided by area A, and R is equal and opposite to P. Therefore R is equal to P. Therefore sigma is equal to force P divided by A. The SI unit of stress is Newton per mm square. Now let us see the types of stresses. So I have listed here 7 types of stresses. First type is tensile stress. What is tensile stress? When the material is subjected to two equal and opposite axial pull forces, then the stress induced at any section of the material is known as tensile stress. So due to two equal and opposite axial pull forces, in the diagram you can see the two equal and opposite pull forces acting on the prismatic bar. So due to that, the stress induced in the material is called as tensile stress. It is denoted by sigma T. T is for tensile, so it is denoted by sigma T, and sigma T is equal to nothing but P divided by A, and the SI unit is of tensile stress is Newton per mm square. Now due to the tensile load or tensile stress, the tensile failure of machine element will take place. This sentence is very important for further study of elements of machine design. Due to the tensile load or tensile stress, the tensile failure of machine element will take place. Then the second type of stress is compressive stress. What is compressive stress? When the material is subjected to two equal and opposite axial push forces, then the stress induced at any section of the material is known as compressive stress. In the diagram you can see the two equal and opposite push forces acting on the prismatic bar, and due to that load, due to that push forces, the internal resistance force is induced in the material, and that stress is known as compressive stress. It is denoted by sigma C. Sigma C is equal to P divided by A, and the SI unit of compressive stress is Newton per mm square. And this sentence is very important. Due to the compressive load or compressive stress, the compressive failure of machine element will take place. Compressive failure of machine element will take place. Then the third type of stress is shear stress. So there are two types of shear stresses. One is a direct shear stress. In that direct shear stress, there are two types of failures. One is single shear and second is double shear. Then second type of shear stress is torsional shear stress. So let us see first type of shear stress, direct shear stress. What is direct shear stress? When a body is subjected to two equal and opposite forces acting tangentially across the resisting section, as a result of which the body tends to shear off the section, then the stress induced is called as direct shear stress. So see the diagram. So this is one of the prismatic bar. Now the body is subjected to two equal and opposite forces acting tangentially across the resisting section. So let's see the arrows showing two equal and opposite forces acting tangentially across the resisting section, and due to as a result of which the body tends to shear off the section, then the stress induced is called as direct shear stress. It is denoted by tau. Tau is equal to tangential force divided by resisting area, and the SI unit of direct shear stress is Newton per mm square. And this sentence is very important. Due to the direct shear load or direct shear stress, the direct shear failure of machine element will takes place. There are two types of direct shear failure. One is single shear. What is single shear? When shearing takes place at one cross section, then it is called as single shear. Let us see diagram. This diagram shows two plates which are connected by using rivet, and it is subjected to load, external load P. So this type of failure will takes place at only one cross section. So shearing area or shear area A is equal to, for this rivet area, shear area A is equal to pi by 4 d square, and the shear stress tau is equal to P divided by pi by 4 d square. Now second type of failure is double shear. What is double shear? When shearing takes place at two cross sections, then it is called as double shear. See the diagram having three plates and which are connected by using rivet. So shear or shearing takes place at two cross sections. Therefore shear area is equal to A is equal to 2 into pi by 4 d square, and tau, shear stress tau is equal to P divided by 2 times pi by 4 d square. Then second type of shear stress is torsional shear stress. What is torsional shear stress? When a mechanical component is subjected to a torque or twisting moment, then the stress induced in the material is known as torsional shear stress. The diagram shows a shaft which is rotating, that is twisting moment is acting on the shaft. The diameter of shaft is d and length of shaft is L. Then we know the torsional equation or torsional formula. T divided by IP is equal to tau divided by R is equal to G theta divided by L, where T is a twisting moment or torque, IP is a polar moment of inertia, tau is a torsional shear stress. Tau is nothing but our torsional shear stress. And R is a radius of shaft. G is a modulus of rigidity. Theta is the angle of twist, and L is length of shaft. And the most important sentence is, due to torsional shear stress, the torsional shear failure of machine element will takes place. Then the next type, fourth type of the stress is bending stress. What is bending stress? When a mechanical component is subjected to a bending moment, then the stress induced in the material is known as bending stress. The figure shows a beam, simply supported beam, which is subjected to force P. The length of beam is L, and the supports, beam having supports at point A and B, having support reactions RA and RB, and the bending moment due to force F, bending moment, this beam is subjected to a bending moment, and due to that bending moment the stress induced in the material of beam, that is called as bending stress. We know the formula, flexural formula or bending equation, that is m divided by I is equal to sigma b divided by y is equal to E divided by R, where m is equal to bending moment, I is nothing but moment of inertia, sigma b is our bending stress, y is distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber, E is modulus of elasticity or Young's modulus, and R is the radius of curvature. From this equation, we can determine the bending stress sigma b. And the important sentence is, due to the bending stress, the bending failure of machine element will take place. Then the fifth type of stress is bearing pressure or bearing stress. What is bearing pressure? The stress induced in the machine element when there is relative motion between the two elements, then it is called as bearing pressure. If there is relative motion between two elements, then the stress induced is called as bearing pressure. See the diagram showing a journal bearing. The length of journal in contact with the bearing is L, and P is nothing but radial load applied on the journal. D is the diameter of journal, and the equation for bearing pressure is Pb is equal to P divided by Ld, where Pb is the bearing pressure, P is the radial load on the journal, L is the length of journal, and D is the diameter of journal. And due to the bearing pressure, the bearing failure of machine element will take place. Then the next type of stress is crushing stress. Now what is crushing stress? The stress induced in the machine element when there is no relative motion between the two elements is called as crushing stress. The difference between bearing pressure and crushing stress is only if relative motion is there, then the stress is called as bearing pressure. When there is no relative motion, then the stress is called as crushing stress. See the diagram. The diagram shows, in the diagram, one rectangular block is there, and in the block one circular rod is inserted which is fixed. There is no relative motion between two elements. The equation is same, sigma c is equal to P divided by Ld, where P is load, L is the length of shaft, and is the diameter of shaft. And due to the crushing stress, the crushing failure of machine element will take place. Now, up to this, we have seen six types of stresses. For six types of stresses, there are six types of failures, and that failure criteria we have to see in the next chapters of elements of machine design. Now the last type is temperature stress. What is temperature stress? The stress induced in the machine element due to the temperature is known as temperature stress. This type of stress is seen in the strength of material. Now this is the one bar which is supported in between two supports in length L and temperature is T. Then temperature stress sigma is equal to alpha Te, where sigma is the temperature stress, alpha is coefficient of thermal expansion, T is the temperature rise, and E is the modulus of elasticity. Thank you.